Hello, my name is Hieronymus, and welcome to my beginner's guide to mentalism and mental magic. In this video series, I'll teach you both the method and theory behind some simple but extremely powerful mentalism effects you can use to entertain your friends or scam free drinks off unsuspecting chumps. Now, most of the magic videos out there only teach you the method and maybe a little bit of presentation, but that's where I hope this series will be different. I'm going to show you the real work, how to really use these simple little tricks to convince people you have genuine psychic power. Now, the effect I'm going to teach you in this video will convince people you can read body language signals, which is always fun. The basic effect goes like this. You're sitting around with your buddies and you bring up that you've been reading a book on body language and you want to try an experiment. You line up any three objects on the coffee table or whatever table where you're at and choose one of your buddies to help. Okay, it could be like a soda can, an ashtray, and a cell phone, or any three objects. It doesn't really matter. But you explain that you're going to leave the room, and while you're gone, your helpers to touch any one of the objects, okay, without you seeing, obviously, and without moving the object so you could tell which one got touched or anything like that, and then call you back into the room. So you have no idea which object he touched. Okay. Once you return to the room, you move your hand slowly over the objects, staring him in the eye. Then, after thinking for a second, you're able to identify the one he was thinking of correctly. You're able to pick it up and hand it to him or just point out and say, that's the one you're thinking of. And he's completely flabbergasted because you're absolutely right. Now, you offer to try this experiment again, so you leave the room and he picks another one, you come back in, and you're able to tell him which one he chooses every time. You're able to leave the room, he picks one, you come back in, you can tell him which one he's picked every time, and it just keeps getting stronger each time you do it. Now, wouldn't that be really cool? You're able to do that? Well, you can. And the method is actually simplicity itself. It sounds a little underhanded, but don't knock it until you've tried it, because once you've tried it, you'll see how strong this is. It's actually a two-person coding system. Okay. Essentially, you have an accomplice in the room, and while you're out of the room, the accomplice sees which object is touched, and then relays that information to you secretly. Okay, it's sneaky, huh? Now, he does that. Now, that sounds complicated, but it's really simple. He does that by touching his knees. That's right. If he's sitting down, he can relay the information to you by touching his knees. If his right hand, when you walk back into the room, his right hand is on his right knee, he's indicating that it's the object to his right. Now, it is to his right, so as he's looking at it, the object that's the furthest to the right, if the person picks that one, he puts his right hand on his right knee. Okay? And that way, when you look at him, you just pick the object that's on the side of the knee, so you don't have to worry about, like, you know, if it's his right or your right or whatever. Now, if he puts his left hand on his left knee, when you walk back into the room, you know it's the object to his left. Now, if he puts neither hand on either knee, that means it's the middle one. If you walk back in and he's just, you know, his arms are crossed or something like that, and he's not touching either knee, it's the middle one. So, it's really easy, but it's really strong. Go find somebody you trust to not blab to just everybody about how this works. So you would only want to teach it to like maybe one or two people, and get them to watch this video too. With 5 minutes of practice, you'll have it down pat. You'll have it mastered. It's really not hard at all. The only thing to watch out for is when you're walking back into the room, don't look directly at your accomplice, the person that's signaling you. Try to see him out of your peripheral vision. It's not obvious if you look at him because the signaling system isn't obvious, but at the same time, if you don't really look at them at all, that completely removes, like, nobody will suspect that person of trying to relay information to you, which is not normally something people do anyway. And again, please don't, knock this one until you've tried it. It sounds very simple, and it is very simple, but it plays very strong. You can really get people going to thinking you have some kind of interesting ability to read body language or something like that. And if you'd like to learn more of this kind of stuff, you should check out my website. I do have a website. It's at learnfreemagic.110mb.com. That should be up on the screen. And it's also in the link over to the right-hand side in YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you very much. I hope you try this out, and I hope your friends just go crazy and don't know what to do. Have fun. Thanks.